It works, dog. I'm telling you, it works. Like, bro, what? I'm in Chicago. I'm planning to go to Nashville. I'm just like signing up for like putting in requests for like couch surfing, and now I'm getting wet. And filling out like Workaway, my profile, and paying for it. It was like $50. And I have moments where I'm like, I'm crazy. What am I doing? Do I really think this is gonna work? And it's like, yes, it is gonna work, because I met like so many people. Okay, 2. But that's enough for me to be convinced that it works. Like, I met a guy on the train from Europe, and, well, let's backtrack. The first time I noticed it was I was talking to Rose, who's from China, and I was like, how did you come here? And she goes, well, I have a visa that's good for 10 years, but someone made a posting that they need their dog delivered from China to Los Angeles, and they'll pay for my ticket. So she went and picked up the dog and then carried the dog onto the plane. And she has like photos of like the dog like pooping on the floor and everything on the airport. And she basically got a free ticket to America. And she's like, I always wanted to come back. She goes, I was just here. I think she said 2018 with her mom. And I'm like, what? Like, who thinks of like, okay, I'm going to go to a country by the form of someone needing to transfer a dog? No, she just thought like, I want to go to the United States. She didn't think how. And towards the end, once she got off in Colorado, it was just me and this other guy from Europe. And he goes, so tell me more about your trip. Because we didn't get to talk much. I was talking to Rose and, I feel so bad. What's his name? Carlos. I can't believe I almost forgot it. Super cool guy. And so I was just talking to them. So me and Sasha didn't really get to talk much. And so when we're eating dinner, because the train was delayed in Denver, he said, so tell me more about your trip. And I go, honestly, it's based on like the idea of like manifestation. I go, are you familiar with it? And he's like, no. And so I go, well, to sum it up, it's like this. You think of something and then you just convince yourself and believe that it's just going to happen. But it's not going to happen, or it might happen just the way you imagine, or it might come in like a different form. And then he stopped chewing and he goes, actually, I think I do know this. And he goes, me and my friend, we were in Europe. We were born in Europe. And he said, I just wanted to come to America and work. And they just packed their bags and they got on a plane and landed. And he told me, he was like, it's going to work. He goes, he was telling me like him and his friend were like, we're 2 good looking guys. You know, we have good attitudes. Like, it's going to happen. And it's such a crazy story. He said he got off the plane and they just had their backpacks. And I was like, where were you going to go? And he's like, well, I was just going to hitchhike. And so he said, we're looking for like a place to hitchhike. And his friend was like, where should we start? And he goes, let's just go over there and hitchhike. So he pointed like across the street. He said he walked over, and as he put his hand up, a white car came up and said, hey, are you guys looking for work? And they both looked at each other. And he ended up like working like on a farm in like California. But it like, that's like 2 cases. Those are the first 2 people I met, and like it happened to them. And like now I'm slowly starting to realize like it's happening to me as well. Like I know 0 people in Tennessee. I couldn't even pick out Tennessee on a map. And I just signed up for couch surfing because that's what Rose has been doing, and she's been having luck. And I remember hearing about couch surfing back in like 2016, and I signed up for it, but like I was like 22. Or however old I was, 24. I can't do math. Whatever. I didn't own a home, and I was still living with my parents, so I couldn't host people, but I just signed up. And then I re-downloaded it, but I didn't like sign up with it or anything. But then when Rose was saying that there was a lady that was offering her couch and like her suite and like her hotel room, I was like, wait, maybe I should sign up for this. So I had downloaded the app before I left California, but I didn't like open it and like re-log in with all my information. But they end up now like charging like $15 a year. And I was a little hesitant, so I went on Reddit and tried to get people to convince me. And one guy had a good point. He's like, it's $15 for like a hostel for one night, or $15 for a year, and you might get places to stay. And I was like, good point. So I signed up, and I didn't really mess with it until today. Well, I had put one in for Chicago, but I didn't put any for Tennessee yet in Nashville. So I put one for Nashville, and I'm just waiting, and I'm like, well, I can be proactive too. Like, they can search for people that are like traveling to the city, and then you, the traveler, can search for hosts. So I hit up like 8 hosts and didn't get any replies back. And I was like, well, worst case scenario, I'll just like get like a hostel like in Nashville. And then as I'm like doing more like profile creating on Workaway, and I think at this point I was like applying to like places like for hostels to do work exchange, I get a message from freaking Larry, and I click his message, and like right away I'm like, I'm gonna like this guy. His photo was just like super bubbly and like not giving any weird vibes, just like fun vibes. And the first message he said was like, give me a call. He's like, if you're backpacking. And so I left the library at 7, and then I went to the park and called them, and we're on the phone for 33 minutes, and it was just like easy. Like right off the bat, like his tone was like super excited. And yeah, it's absolutely like crazy how it's kind of like all coming together. Not like exactly like how I imagined. Like I thought I would probably, win the lotto or something. But it's coming in like different forms that I never really suspected. So now I'm going to Paris, Tennessee, where it's like really like rural. And it's like 2 hours away from Nashville. But I'm going to be there. We agreed on the phone. I'm going to arrive there Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. And then I'll spend the night Tuesday, spend the night Wednesday, and then I leave Thursday for Nashville. Because I was like, well, he goes, what's your plans for Nashville? I go, so I'm just going with it. There's like nothing set in stone. And I go, but I do want to experience Nashville on the weekend, because that's what I kind of learned here. Like Chicago, it was cool during the week, but like it started to pick up and have like more fun energy like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even Sunday. So that's my new thing, where if I go to a new city, I needed to stay at least through the weekend and experience the weekend. But that's what's happening, dude. And it's just like, and then I had another guy just hit me up, Byron. And I mean, the first guy I got hit up with on Couchsurfing, I got really strange vibes. So I sent him a message and I said, even though I had accepted his booking, I canceled it, and then I blocked him. But I told him why. I said I had to leave, it was emergency. Which kind of, no, I didn't say emergency. I forgot what I said. But it was a good excuse. One that like, it's a good excuse that it's not lying, but then at the same time, it's still true. I think I said something came up. Something did come up. I got weird vibes. So I booked just a train ticket with no accommodation in Tennessee, and it's working out. And then this Byron guy, I'm looking at his photo. It's crazy how much like a photo really is like 1,000 words, or a picture is really 1,000 words. Because like I see this guy, I'm like, oh, this guy's super cool too. Like his vibe is like young. He's 31. And he lives in Nashville. And I'm like, dude, I could use a friend in Nashville and go like, I'm trying not to drink and go to bars because my money is slowly depleting faster than I expected. But it works. And then you're going to see that it works. You see me here. I have my stuff here. I'm not rich yet. I don't have everything put together, but I have like my next 3 days planned, which is like amazing. And it's like just slowly happening. And I think selling my car and really just packing up everything that I need to be able to like work, like having like my laptop, it really just reinforces the fact that it's like I really can't go back home for why. You know, like I'm not going to get a job and work it and what, just so I could save up more money. Like, do I really need more money? I'm just going to buy Larry lunch tomorrow and buy dinner stuff, which I would buy for myself anyways, but I get like a nice house, and he even said like you're going to be shocked on like how decorated it is. But I mean, I'm more excited to be able to hang out with a guy that's 87 years old, still has his wits about him, and I can like get stories and advice and learn. It freaking works.